Hey guys, I'm sorry that I didn't, that I haven't uploaded recently, but today it's gonna be a party! Okay, but real talk though, I'm sorry about that. It's just life gets busy, but just because life gets busy does not mean it gets into the time of listening to music. Anyways, I've composed a list of great albums that I listened to in the month of September. I listened to good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff I listened to. Some better than others, but that happens. It's normal. It's a normal thing that happens. And I just want to get down to the albums that I just enjoyed very much this month. So yeah, let's get going. I want to quickly just give off a shout out to a band whose music I've been enjoying for a couple months now, and they just released a new album, Joyce Manor. I would really love to shout out these guys. These guys, they're kind of a pop punk kind of band, but it's better than most of the pop punk that I've listened to. And I've been enjoying their music for about the past few months, and they released a new album. It's good. I'd recommend it. One of the more underrated rock albums right now. Go check it out. It's some good stuff. I think it's better than Green Day. I'll say that. The first album I want to mention that I listened to that was really good, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Tender Prey. This is I haven't listened to every single thing by Nick Cave. I really haven't. I'd say I listened to 4 albums by him, and we will revisit him later in this video. But this album, oh man, it starts off so great with The Mercy Seat. The song is just one of those songs that, like, it just impacts you like the moment you're done listening to it. On the first listen, that doesn't happen very much, but Nick Cave knows how to start an album pretty much. And he starts off great. And the whole album is as good as that song. It's a really great album. I really recommend it. I don't know if it's my favorite Nick Cave album. Probably is, but oh man, it's so good, man. It's a pretty good album. If you want something just dark, atmospheric, gothic, blues, rock kind of thing, check this out. If you want some dark music, you start with Nick Cave. Then let's get maybe a little bit weirder with the Mount Eerie Clear Moon. This is kind of an experimental folk kind of thing. I guess you could call it that. It's strange folk music, but I like it. Now this guy, Phil Elverum, I think that's how you say his name. He was the leader of the band The Microphones, who made another great album called The Glow Part 2. They've also made some other good stuff, but I kind of like Mount Eerie more. Strange stuff. I recommend this album if you're like in a car ride. That's what I did. Good stuff. Good stuff. I gotta be honest. The first song on this thing, I don't remember what it's called, but it's good. It's some good stuff. I recommend this guy. I recommend this guy's music. The third album is Tim Hecker's Mirages. Tim Hecker is probably one of my favorite electronic artists. Next to Autechre, I really like both of them. This one is a little bit more noisy. My hair's kind of just... gotta fix my hair to look cool. This one's a little bit more noisy. A little bit more going on. I think my favorite Tim Hecker album personally is Haunt Me, Do It Again. I love that one. Actually. But this one's a little bit more noisy. Seems like a little bit more is going on. But I still really like it. It's really just hard to grasp on Tim Hecker's music, really. It's hard to describe. You just need to listen to it. Listen to this thing on a bus, because that's what I did. I'd recommend it. Just listen to it on like a car ride. It really makes sense, honestly. The fourth album I want to mention is Animal Collective, Avitaire, Panda Bear with Spirit They've Gone, Spirit They've Vanished. This is a little bit noisy, psychedelic pop album. I really enjoyed it, and this is coming from a guy who's listened to Animal Collective before, but never really like them all that much. I'll be honest. I've listened to Merriweather. I've listened to the new shitty one. The new one's just garbage. Campfire Songs was okay in my opinion, but this one I really like this one. The last song, Alvin Rowe. Just that song is so good. Some other great songs on here. Panda Bear's drumming on this album is just absolutely amazing. He's a great drummer. The drumming, the musicianship of this album, I think, is just top notch. Not really sure about the writing because the music kind of overthrows the lyrics, as it always has been really in Animal Collective, but still, I recommend this album quite a bit. It's a great one. It's a great one. Number 6 would be Death Grips Exmilitary. Now, I was starting to really get into Death Grips. Like, I know Death Grips. I've been a fan of Death Grips for about a year now, and I've never listened to Exmilitary. So I decided, why not? Let's listen to it. And honestly, this thing kind of became one of my newer favorite Death Grips albums. I mean, my favorite Death Grips albums are probably Money Store. I really like that one quite a bit. Bottomless Pit's pretty good as well. I like Jenny Death. And this one's kind of a little bit more catchy, but more raw, and I really like that one. So there's some other songs, like there's Guillotine. I think we all know that one. If you listen to Death Grips, you know Guillotine. I really like the I Want It, I Need It, Makes Me Feel Heated. That one's pretty good. That song with the Mexican girl, that one's also. I don't think there's any trash song in here, and that's like a thing with Death Grips. Like, they will have a good album, but they will have a song that's just trash in there. I don't think there's one song that's just complete garbage. So maybe this could be my favorite, but I'm not so sure, because it's a pretty good album. It's a pretty good Death Grips album. I think it's one of their best ones. And yeah, I told you that we were going to revisit Nick Cave, and this is the only 2016 album on this list. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds Skeleton Tree. Holy fuck, this was a great album. Gotta be honest, I did not expect this to be as good as it was going to be. But when I started hearing the reviews that it was a masterpiece, I started to doubt it. But I gave it a listen anyways, because I like Nick Cave, and I can say that this is one of the best albums of the year. Top 3, if not top 2, like my top 3 pretty much would be David Bowie, Radiohead, and then Nick Cave. But very emotionally destroying album. I expected that. It's slow. It's more ambient than any other Nick Cave albums, and you just need to go listen to this thing, man. It's one of the best songs of the year. This is why you shouldn't have dogs. Lupe Fiasco, the cool man. I am really starting to love Lupe Fiasco. Food and Liquor is one of my favorite hip-hop albums, and The Cool may even be better. The glitzy, glamorous beats, the rhymes on this thing. Oh man, Lupe just goes hard. I just love the production on this thing. It has like that whole mainstream hip-hop thing going on with its beats, but if you know anything about Lupe Fiasco, you would know that he's not very mainstream in his appeal, because he is a very political, socially conscious rapper out there, and he does succeed with this album. In fact, this album, I think, from what I've heard, it's a concept album. Even though I don't really get much of a sense of that, but you really get to know Lupe in this album. Man, just Superstar. I mean, okay, Superstar is the biggest song on this album, but I think there were better songs than Superstar. And that, I love albums where like you get this notion of that you know what the best song is because you've probably heard it before, and then when you listen to the album, there's better songs than that, and that was what this album was like. So yes, really love this album. Probably going to be playing it a lot. I really like Lupe Fiasco. I hope he comes out with a new album this year. Yeah, I really like Lupe Fiasco. Then let's get a little bit more classical with Thelonious Monk, Straight No Chaser. Now this is a jazz album. And I've been exposed to jazz before. I like Miles Davis. I think Bitches Brew is one of my favorite albums, honestly. But this one, it's a little bit stranger because most jazz is derived in for the strings, the horns, not the string. What the fuck am I saying? The horns, like the trumpets and all that kind of stuff. With Miles Davis, he's a trumpeter, so of course it's coming from there. But Thelonious is a pianist, so most of the music, I don't really know how to word this exactly, but it kind of goes from the piano mostly, and that's what makes it interesting. And Thelonious Monk is weird. There are stories that this guy that he'd be performing and he'd just literally stand up and he'd just like dance for a couple seconds, go back. That's the kind of personality you're going to get with this kind of album. It's a little it's hard bop. Not sure what that means because I'm not really I don't know where I'm trying to go with this, but all I'm saying is that this is a pretty good jazz album, and it's pretty good stuff, gotta be honest. Let's get a little folky here with The Tallest Man on Earth, The Wild Hunt. At first I was not so sure about this artist because this guy has just one of the strangest, highest voices I've probably ever heard. So I was not very sure if I was going to like this, but in the end, I gotta admit, I really liked it, actually. His guitar work ain't bad, but that's not the point of folk music. The point of folk music is the lyrics for most of the part. And the lyrics on this thing, he's a damn good songwriter, I gotta be honest. And I was surprised how much I actually really was enjoying this thing. Again, the guitar work ain't bad. If you want to kind of get a glimpse of what this album is kind of like, listen to the title track, which is the first track on this album. Give it a shot. It's some good stuff. So yeah, this was my first Tallest Man on Earth album, and I think I will be delving more into his stuff because he's an artist who kind of interests me now. Then there was Granddaddy with the Sophtware Slump. If you want some indie rock that's a little bit kind of like space rock, then I would recommend this album quite a bit. It is a concept album a little bit. It's a little bit strange. I don't understand the story whatsoever. I don't understand what's going on. I really do like the musicianship with this album, especially if you want to listen to a really good song. The Crystal Lake, or either the track, which I think is He's Simple, He's Dumb, He's the Pilot, which is the first track on this album, sets it up perfectly, and it goes from there. I don't even know how to describe this album. It's a strange thing. It's a strange indie rock album. If you want something space rockish kind of thing, indie rock, then check this album out because I would recommend it. It's a pretty good indie rock album. Yeah, I can't really find words to describe it. Let's get a little bit freaky here with Scott Walker, Bish, Bosch. The only Scott Walker thing I've listened to before this album was his thing, the collaboration with Sun. If you want my opinion of Sun, not a huge fan of them. Don't really like them all that much. But I think this album was honestly probably the only thing I've ever liked by Sun. But Scott Walker interested me because I don't know why. I just wanted something freaky, and I was interested in this album. And holy shit! This is probably my favorite thing I've listened to this month. I really like this. I really enjoyed it. Oh, but holy shit, it is freaky. It's creepy. It's some creepy shit. Literally, when I was listening to this thing, I was just like, and I never get that reaction from music. I never do. But this thing just, it creeps me out. It's a freaky album. But is it good? Holy shit, it is good. I recommend this thing. Probably my favorite thing I've listened to this month. Enjoyed the fuck out of it. I am planning to get it on vinyl because I like it that much. So, yeah. Then, this is the last album. And this is Electric Wizard Dopethrone. If you want some slow, but heavy as living fuck metal music, boy, you are in for something. Because this album, oh my god, if you're looking for fucking slow and just hard fucking music, dude, you will hit the jackpot with this album. This album, just turn up as loud as you possibly can. It is one of the most amazing metal albums, honestly. And I'm not the biggest fan of metal, and so I don't really know much about the genre, but I plan to listen to more stuff. And this is a great introduction, I guess, for metal music. Just listen to the title track, Dopethrone, on this thing. Just the riffs are so, like, fat. Like, just, it's so great. It's so good. Like, this is probably my second favorite thing I listen to. And also, I love the cover. Just a Saint smoking a bong. I like that. So, those are all the albums that I really liked this month. You may think that some of all of this was just a bunch of hipster garbage, and yeah, it kind of is, but I will plan on doing a few more reviews because life gets in the way, and school just started. School started, I got a job, so I can't always guarantee stuff, and you probably don't care. Let's be honest, no one's watching this, so yeah. The point is, I wish to be a little bit more reliant on this thing, I guess. I just wish to upload more, but life gets in the way, and you know what? Just have to accept it. And I will plan to be doing a great album list of October. Because trust me, I listened to some good stuff over in October so far. So, yeah. Have a good night, guys.